evening all. It's Evelyn. I'm going to do you a peace class, as in a class of yoga to bring your anxieties down and promote some peace in your body and your mind and your soul. So apologies for the technology. This will get better with time, but at the moment it's better to have something than have it necessarily picture perfect. So we're going to start with lying down on the floor and just doing some stretching on the floor. So get yourselves comfortable and start stretching. Stretch the way the camera's going to work for you best. So really stretch out those arms and those legs. Point the fingers, stretch, point the toes. Really open up the spaces between the vertebrae in the back and release. Understand this class might seem to go slowly, and that's very deliberate. Because of times of stress and anxiety, we do need to slow ourselves down and just breathe. So now once more, let's stretch and extend fingers, toes, arms, and release. Now leaving your left side quite relaxed, stretch out just your right side. So stretch and extend just the right side of your body. Point the toes. Stretch the fingers. Feel the ribs on the right hand side of your body. Stretch. Yawn if you need to. And give in. And then let's do the left side of your body. So stretching, extending, really pointing those fingers and those toes. Feel the ribs here on the left side of the body. Really feel them stretch and extend. And give in. Enjoy the feeling of the body just sinking into the ground. Now let's stretch another part of the body. Let's raise our knees and hug them to our chest. Really hug them very tightly. Notice where you feel the stretch in your body. Understanding that the body tells you what needs to attention at whatever level of your existence. So stretch and extend the legs. Hug the knees to the chest. And release all the way to the ground. Both legs all the way on the ground. Now raise the right knee to the right underarm and really hug it tightly to the right underarm. Keeping that left leg on the ground. Notice where you're feeling the stretch. And understand that even though you may not be doing yoga postures yet, just stretching the body is really comforting and beneficial for your body. And gently releasing all the way to the ground. And now the other side to balance it. Pull the left knee right to the left underarm, really pulling it tight, feeling the stretch where you feel the stretch. Is it in your leg, or is it in your hip joint? Is it in your back? It doesn't matter where it is. It just is your body, and it's important for you to notice what's going on in your body. and gently release all the way to the floor. Just give in for a moment. Now raising your knees up, feet on the floor, making sure you're comfortable. Take your arms out at shoulder height and simply allow your knees to flop from side to side. Just flopping from side to side, loosening that lower back. If you have been spending much time sitting, your lower back may be quite tight, and this really now loosens and stretches those muscles across the lower back. And bring your knees back to the center. Adjust your body so you're comfortable. And now take your knees to the right side, as far as your body will let you, and look to the left side of your body. Look to the left side, look to your left hand. Feel the stretch across the lower back. Remembering to breathe, and with every breath, when you breathe out, just let go a little, let the tension go a fraction, so it's not quite so tight across your lower back. And now raising your knees up, adjusting your body, and now drop your knees to the left side and looking over towards your right hand. And again, feeling the stretch in the lower back. Notice how it's different from the other side. As you breathe out, just let go a little more. Raise your knees up and crossing your feet together, rock yourselves up to sitting. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to get the light right. And sometimes you get more light than you really want. So, we're going to do a mudra. Now, if you haven't already done a mudra before in any one of my classes, please go to my website, to my YouTube channel, and check out more detailed instructions for the mudra. But in the meantime, we're just going to go ahead with a mudra, a classic mudra. So take your forefingers and thumbs together, your hands together, sitting nice and straight, back nice and straight. Take your awareness to that space inside of you. That is who you really are. And now breathing in, arms in triangle, up to shoulder height, gently bend the elbows and the wrists, palms facing out. Hold the breath there for a moment. Leaning forward, breathing out. Crossing the wrists behind the lower back and bowing this first time, respecting yourself. You are an amazing human being. Respect yourself for just being. And breathing in, head up, arms up to shoulder height, gently bend the elbows and the wrists, palms facing out. Hold there for a moment. And breathe out, return to start position. Once more, breathing in, arms up to shoulder height, gently bend the elbows and the wrists, palms facing up. And leaning forward, breathing out, crossing the wrists behind the lower back Bow in respect for the others, particularly the others with whom you might be sharing space at the moment, and respect others with whom you might be communicating online. Bow in respect for others and their journeys. Now breathing in, head up, arms up to shoulder height, and release. And once more, breathing in, and breathing out. Crossing the wrists behind the lower back. Bowing this third time, respecting the space on the earth that we are currently occupying, and being grateful for fresh air, fresh food, and water, and shelter. Bow in respect for the earth and the way she's nurturing us at the moment. Now breathing in, head up, arms up to shoulder height, gently bend the elbows and the wrists, palms facing out. And release the breath. Release your hands and allow your elbows to sit into your hips and just sit there quietly for a moment, enjoying the peace and the space you've created for you in your body. And now let's take yourself down onto the floor. We're going to do our full yoga breathing. Again, if you haven't done this before, I have a video on my YouTube at full yoga breathing. And this really works. And this is on so you can see. Works to support the parasympathetic nervous system, which we really need to keep well and happy in these anxious times. So we'll do a few breaths. I'll talk you through a few, and I'll ask you to do a few in your own count. So just resting your fingers lightly on your abdomen, breathing out fully and breathing in. 2, 3, 4, chest, 6, 7. Out. 2, 3, 4, chest, 6, 7. In. And out. In. 2, 3, 4, chest, 6, 7. Out. 2, 3, 4, chest, 6, 7. In. Out. And continue to the count of 7, breathing at least 3 full breaths in your own count. Release, and just allow your breathing to return to the rhythm of your breath. Just giving in and letting go. And now let's work to really balance our emotional responses to what's going on around us. For some of us, this is really scary, and it may be real, it may not. Some of it's really in our imagination. So we want to balance our responses to what's going on, because we can manage our responses. That's something we have control over. So let's work with the wedge. Bring your knees to your chest. Hug your knees to your chest. Hands on your knees, fingers facing in. Run your hands down your legs to your ankles. Place your feet on the floor. Release your hands. Raising up your abdomen towards the ceiling, clasp your hands together underneath your body. Pinch your elbows and your shoulders together as much as you can. Come up on your toes and support your back as you take this wedge posture for a few moments. And breathing in fully into that abdominal space. Remember to push it out. These 5 good full breaths. When you're ready, release your hands, your feet, roll your spine back onto the ground and hug your knees to your chest, round and ease and soften your back up to quite a strong back bend. And now pushing your right arm up over your head, pushing on your left, coming over onto your tummies. We're going to work with, this can see me. I'm going to work with Dhanurasan, the bow, or a version thereof, whatever your body can work with. Remember, our bodies are all different, and what your body can do may be not the same as somebody else's, and it doesn't matter. So take your awareness to your adrenal glands, which are here in the middle of your back above your kidneys. These are the ones that make us think we're in fear or flight, when in fact it just might be our imagination. We don't know, but we can control our responses. So let's balance the energies in the adrenal glands. So I'll give you 2 options here. Do whatever works for your body. So raising your arms and your legs up and holding that for at least 3 full breaths. If you'd like to be challenged, you might like to take your feet in your hands and breathing in, raise them up and hold that for 3 full breaths. Dhanurasan, the bow. And release. Turn your head to one side and just give in. Do notice what's happening in your body. Where can you feel your pulse? What else can you notice in your body? What is your body telling you? Now let's take your awareness to your heart. I'm going to work with Bhujangasana, the cobra. Our love starts with ourselves. So let's love ourselves. Forehead on the floor, elbows on the floor next to our rib cage, hands next to our shoulders. Focus on the heart. Breathing in, stretching your head forward, raise it up, coming on up, So you're resting on your pubic bone and your hands. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. You don't want to be up here, you want to be down there. And take your mental focus to your heart, the center of love. And there is also a thymus gland next to it, which supports our immunity, helps our bodies fight away any bacteria, any viruses, any bugs. So Bhujangasana, the cobra, to support our health and well-being. And gently release the abdomen and then the chest and finally the forehead onto the floor. Take the head to the other side and just give in for a moment. Understand that the space between the postures is just as important as the postures themselves, because it allows the body to adjust to the energy changes we are trying to work with. And now come up onto your hands and knees. And we're going to work with Nagasana, the elephant. So make sure your knees are underneath your hips, your hands are underneath your shoulders. Take your awareness to your head. Your awareness to your head. Tuck your toes under, raise your buttocks to the ceiling. Take your feet apart a little bit, pushing back with your hands. Allow your head to drape really loosely between your shoulder blades, like the trunk of an elephant. Be aware that you're working energetically with the major glands of the body, the pineal and the pituitary. But you're also working with the organs of the head, your brain, your eyes and your ears. And it's your brain and your eyes and your ears, your brain in particular, along with your heart, which makes the decisions in everyday life. Keeping yourself in peace. Keeping yourself peaceful. Raising your head up to look at your hands. Bring your feet slightly closer together. Drop your knees back to the ground. Untuck your toes. Sit back towards your heels. Make fists with your hands and rest your forehead on your fists, allowing the blood circulation to return to normal between your head and your heart. And when you're ready, sitting up, shrugging your shoulders, stretching your head up and dropping it back, bringing it forward so your chin is on your chest. Take your chin from side to side across your chest. Just gently, slowly. And back to center. Raise your head up, drop it back. And gently windscreen wipe the back of your neck in the same way. Back to center, shrug your shoulders. And now lie yourselves down to enjoy some relaxation and allow the body to anchor the energy changes you've created for yourself so you can have a more peaceful time. So lie yourselves down on the ground On your backs, allow your legs to be nice and loose, feet flopped comfortably apart, arms lying by your sides, palms facing up, fingers lightly curled. Shrug your shoulders and allow your shoulders and neck to be really comfortable. Lick your lips and allow your tongue to settle behind your teeth, leaving them slightly apart. Scrunch your eyelids together and then release, relax, and just allow your eyelids to settle gently on your eyes like little butterflies on the flowers. And allow your body to breathe to the rhythm of your body. Mentally focusing on breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And very consciously breathing in peace and love. As you breathe out, let go of any stress and anxiety. So consciously breathing in peace and love. Breathing out stress, anxiety. Breathing in peace and love. Breathing out stress and anxiety. If your mind wanders, bring your focus back to the breath and breathing in peace and love and letting go of any stress and anxiety. Very gently bring your mind back to the present. Breathe in a full yoga breath and sigh it out. And with your next inward breath, raise your arms above your head and give your body a beautiful stretch. And release. Roll your body over to the left side and stretch and arch the body to the left. Back onto your backs.
onto the right side. Stretch and arch your body to the right. And bring your knees up to your chest. And come on up. To standing.
Gathering the peace that you have created for you with this sequence. And bring it to your head and to your heart. Go in peace. And thank you for your time.